Hi friends, thank you so much for serving in the Oaks Kids kindergarten through 5th grade classrooms on this Sunday, September 18th, 2022. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of today's lesson. I'll focus mainly on the things that are brand new for this month because a lot of our things are the same, but there are just a couple of new things that we're starting this month. So at the beginning, before the kids arrive, it is still the same. The one thing that is new is that you will need to prep the TV for the part that comes after the kids arrive, but I will kind of address that when we get to that part of the lesson. So arrive between 9:30 and 9:45, check in the check-in room so that you can pray together and get yourselves checked in, and then lay out the center activity choices and start the music. Those are the same. At 9:45 to 10:15 is when kids will be arriving. Greet them and check their name on the attendance sheet and have them do a center activity. Now, this is where the new thing starts. At 10:10, have them clean up their centers and put them away. Once the centers have been cleaned up completely, then they are going to go into the middle area between the two classrooms where there is now a television. And on the television, you're going to use the YouTube app on the television to do a worship song or two. These are both listed as kids videos on YouTube, which for some reason will not allow me to save it to our YouTube playlist, unfortunately, because it is labeled for kids. They have that ability to save it turned off. So we will have to log in and get these up on the screen before the kids get here. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. We have done the songs Good, Good Father and Every Move I Make with motions. So you can choose to do both of them, or if you want to just do one and get that set up before they get here so that you're not having to type a second song in while they're already here, that's fine too. Now I'm going to walk you through how to use that on the new TV. All right, so to turn on the TV, this is your remote. It's going to be just on that top shelf of the cart when you arrive. You're going to just press the power button to turn it on. You might want to make sure you're close enough to get it on. I found that sometimes I have to hit it twice. Oh, it is on. Okay, so as it comes on, it's going to show a screen with all the different apps to choose from. There we go. All right, so I'm going to scroll down using the arrows that are here. I'm going to scroll down until I get to the choices for apps, and then I'm going to scroll over until I get to YouTube. And I'm going to press the center OK button to select that. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the NPL with 5 zeros, so that's the channel, and I'm going to go over to search. So it'll start here. I'm going to go over to search, and I'm going to look up Every Move I Make. So type in just like you would any other time you search. That's why this might be better to do before the kids come in so that they don't have to sit through like searching for it this whole time. All right, so now that I have every typed in, I can go over because I see Every Move I Make. So I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to look for the one with motions. So I see that very first one has motions. So I'm just going to select that, press the OK button. And now I've noticed this one has already been played here. So if it needs to be rewound, all you have to do is press that and it rewinds it. Press to the left and it rewinds it. And then you might have to press the OK button again for it to play. And that's the song. If you need to pause it, you press the OK button twice and it will pause it. So then that way it's all set to go for the kids. So you can do this for Every Move I Make or for Your Good, Good Father, or you can do both. As long as the kids are participating, they can be standing and singing along, they could be singing and dancing, or just standing respectfully. I just don't want them sitting on the ground. They need to be actively participating in what the song is. All right, so after that worship time is done, then you will turn off the TV and the 3rd through 5th grade students will go to their side of the partition. We did increase the size of that space. It is looking like we might have a new space coming up soon, but for now, we're doing the best that we can. We have pushed the partition back a little bit further, basically to kind of as far as it can go. And so hopefully that'll create some more space for those 3rd through 5th grade students. So when they exit, we're going to work on our memory verse. This is the same as always. We are on week 3 that he may be glorified. So again, if you're in kindergarten through second grade, there are a few blank lines that the kids can work together on to fill in. If you're in third through fifth grade, they are all blank lines. And then our prayer time with our Purple Prayer Request book to collect those prayer requests, focusing on making sure that they are being serious, that they are bringing these before God. And so it's important that we show respect and that we truly bring things that are important to us to the Father. So then we move into our Bible story, which this week is the body of Christ on pages 262 and 263 in the Gospel Story Bible. So here is the story. You're going to read through this with them. You can ask the questions that are at the end, look at the illustrations together. And then when you are finished reading this as a group, again, the two groups go over this just in a slightly different way. If you are in K through 2, you are going to be reading 1 Corinthians 12 through 31 together. So they want to get out their Bibles and look up where it's located, but the teacher will read it to them. If you are in third through fifth grade, they need to look it up in their Bibles and read it either independently or in partners or groups of 3 before the teacher reads it out loud, just to kind of bring it back to where this story comes from, our Gospel Story Bible, but it also comes from the actual Bible, and we want to see where it came from. And then going over the questions. Remember, these are from our Long Story Short and Old Story New workbooks that go along with our text. Feel free to add on to these as you feel appropriate. So after the questions, we have follow-up activities for both groups. If you are in K through 2, it is a coloring sheet this week. There is a direction sheet that goes with it, as well as the papers. There's some examples that Natalie made a few years ago. So there are people that they color to look like themselves, and then they're going to go around the room and everyone's going to sign their name on everyone else's paper, because we are the body of Christ. So that will be kindergarten through second grades activity. If you are in third through fifth grade, you have an object lesson, so it's going to look a little bit different. So if you are in third through fifth grade, your object lesson requires their journals, something to write with, a blindfold, 2 lengths of yarn, and a toddler puzzle. So you're going to blindfold one volunteer, gently tie the hands of a second volunteer, and tie the legs gently of a third volunteer. You're going to bring out a children's puzzle and place it in front of the room. Explain that they need to walk, not hop, over to the puzzle and bring it back to a table and chairs in the back of the room and put it together. Remind them not to talk as they work. Their handicap should force them to work together to illustrate the lesson. You can complete this with different volunteers multiple times. So this is just to kind of illustrate God's wisdom in giving us all different gifts. We're not all meant to do the same thing well. We're supposed to be able to lean on one another and work together to accomplish things. So then have them write these 2 questions that are listed below with the bullet points in their journals and answer them independently, and then they can talk about it with a partner. This is just a time of reflection, and I really encourage giving them that time at the end to kind of have quiet time to think about that, as long as the time is there. There are 2 other important things. First of all, we have a prize bucket. It is full of, yes, there is candy. There's also lots of non-candy like stickers and poppets and things in there too, bookmarks for if they brought their Bible. So you can do this at any point during the morning. You can, I would recommend it be towards the end. And if they choose candy, that candy needs to wait until they've left the room to eat. Otherwise, we're going to have a million wrappers in here. But so they can earn a prize if they've remembered to bring their Bible. If they say they do not have a Bible at home, please make sure to let me know so that we can make sure to get a Bible to them. So that's number 1. And then number 2 is the pitch in for pods. So we are in week 3 of collecting laundry pods for the Pitch In for Pods service project that we are doing. Our goal is 1,000. We are currently at 313. So at some point, I would recommend doing it when you have the kids on the carpet for their worship time. Count out how many were brought in this week. The bucket will be empty when they arrive. So whatever comes in today is brand new and can be added on to that 313. So let them know how many more we have, fill in our little bar graph over here to see how close we are to our 1,000, because we have this week and next week, and then that is it. So hopefully we will get close to our 1,000 goal. Also, I will have an envelope out that if they bring in an offering that we can use to purchase pods for if we don't hit our 1,000 mark, then that is great too. So I would recommend going over this when you have them on the carpet for that worship time together. But that is it for this week. If you have, and don't forget to collect stickers at the end to add to our sticker ball. But I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or concerns or ideas, feel free to reach out to me anytime. But you guys are going to do awesome. I hope it's a great week back here. I will be at church this Sunday, so if you have any questions, I'll be here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for serving. I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.